The foundation. What does testosterone need? To increase your testosterone naturally, your body needs the raw materials. So, before we talk about food, it's crucial to understand the ingredients your body requires to create testosterone. Cholesterol, the precursor to all steroid hormones, including testosterone. Saturated fats, required for the synthesis of testosterone in Leydig cells. Vitamins A, retinol, D, E, and K, fat-soluble vitamins crucial for hormone production and function. Zinc, magnesium, selenium, boron, trace minerals involved in testosterone synthesis, sperm motility, and suppression of estrogenic activities. Protein and healthy fats to support lean muscle mass and endocrine health. Without these raw materials, your endocrine system becomes undernourished, sluggish, and inefficient. It's like a factory without raw materials. Most men today are unknowingly sabotaging their hormones with nutrient-poor, estrogenic, and inflammatory diets. Let's go to the top foods that naturally boost testosterone. And it's not just about fat. It's about complete protein, hemi-iron, and activated vitamins that your body can actually use. These are the foods I eat, and even though I haven't measured my testosterone levels yet, I've noticed significant changes and I feel a lot better. The first one is going to be pasture-raised whole eggs, especially the yolks. They're rich in dietary cholesterol, saturated fat, protein, choline, vitamin A, B12, selenium, and vitamin D. A study in the Journal of Nutrition found that men eating 3 whole eggs per day had higher HDL and testosterone than those eating egg whites only. But here's what most miss. Pasture-raised yolks have 3 times more vitamin D than factory eggs. Vitamin D in yolks has been directly linked to higher T levels in men. So, eat the yolks and make sure they're dark orange for maximum benefits. Supports liver health, which plays a role in hormone metabolism. Saturated fat in yolk enhances androgen production, and a bonus, vitamin K2, which supports Leydig cell function, the cells in testes that produce testosterone. A 2021 study specifically compared whole egg consumption to egg white consumption post-exercise, and found that whole eggs stimulated more muscle protein synthesis, potentially due to components in the yolk beyond just protein. While not directly measuring testosterone, it highlights the nutritional completeness of the whole egg. I used to watch these bodybuilders and they'd take out the yolk and only eat the whites. You're literally throwing out the most nutritious part. Also, most of those influencers are on some enhancements. A common myth is that egg yolks raise cholesterol, so they're bad. I said this in my previous video. Dietary cholesterol has minimal impact on blood cholesterol for most people, and your body needs cholesterol to make testosterone. Grass-fed red meats. They contain the key nutrients: zinc, saturated fat, vitamin B12, iron, carnitine, and creatine. Saturated fats, like stearic acid, protect testosterone from oxidative damage and boost androgen production. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that men eating high saturated fats had higher testosterone than those on polyunsaturated fats. Zinc is critical for testosterone production, sperm quality, and libido. Deficiency directly lowers testosterone and sperm count. Carnitine and creatine enhance androgen receptor sensitivity and muscle building efficiency. Testosterone can do its job more effectively. Eat the fatty cuts like ribeye or short ribs. Don't fear the fats. You need it for your hormones. Liver, nature's multivitamin. Grass-fed beef liver is accessible for most people, but if it's possible, you can go hunt a wild animal. Liver is the most nutrient-dense food on Earth, packed with active vitamin A, retinol, B12, iron, and copper. A single 4-ounce serving gives you over 300% of your B12 needs, critical for energy and hormone production. But the real magic? Vitamin A. A study in the Journal of Animal Science found that vitamin A directly stimulated Leydig cells, the ones that produce testosterone. Most people are deficient in vitamin A, and I'm not talking about the plant-based beta-carotene which your body hardly converts. Liver fixes that. Choline and B vitamins improve methylation and detox pathways, supporting hormonal health. Oysters and shellfish. Oysters are the most concentrated food sources of zinc. Just 6 medium oysters give you over 500% of your daily zinc needs. Why does this matter? Because zinc is the master mineral for testosterone. Zinc is necessary for luteinizing hormone LH, which signals testes to produce testosterone. LH is the messenger hormone that travels to the Leydig cells in your testes and signals them to produce testosterone. Lower zinc can mean lower LH and subsequently lower testosterone. And unlike plant sources like beans or nuts, oysters provide heme-zinc, absorbed 300% more efficiently. But here's the kicker. A 1996 study in the Journal of Exercise Physiology showed that zinc supplementation alone increased testosterone in athletes by 30% in just 6 weeks. Now, imagine getting that from whole food, with cofactors like selenium and copper for maximum effect. Zinc also inhibits aromatase, the enzyme that turns testosterone into estrogen. By moderately inhibiting the enzyme, more of your testosterone remains in its active form. Zinc also functions as an antioxidant, protecting the Leydig cells from oxidative stress and damage. Oysters were prized by ancient Greeks and Romans as aphrodisiacs, and science confirms that they are nature's testosterone shells. Shellfishes are selenium powerhouses, a mineral that protects testosterone-producing cells from oxidative stress. Shellfish also contain taurine, which a 2013 study found reduces cortisol. Animal fats, they're the structural building blocks for all sex hormones. They support cell membrane integrity and hormone receptor function. I've talked about this, and studies have constantly linked low-fat diets to lower testosterone levels. Wild-caught salmon, omega-3s and vitamin D combo. This is the ultimate testosterone fish because of its omega-3s, EPA, DHA, and vitamin D. These have powerful anti-inflammatory effects, which, as I said, protect testosterone production. Studies have found that men with higher omega-3 levels have higher free testosterone and lower SHBG, which traps testosterone. But farmed salmon? Avoid it. It's fed junk, which skews its fat profile. Wild salmon has 3 times more vitamin D and no inflammatory omega-6 overload. Sardines. These little fish are packed with vitamin D, DHA, and calcium. Why calcium? Because a study in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research found that calcium regulates Leydig cell function, meaning that it helps optimize testosterone production. Most people don't know this, but low calcium intake correlates with low testosterone. Sardines fix that. Plus, there's 0 mercury, unlike bigger fish. Organ meats. Heart is the best source of CoQ10, which has been linked to higher testosterone and sperm quality. If you're new to organs, start with heart. Now, let's destroy some myths about animal foods and testosterone. Red meat lowers testosterone. Absolute nonsense. I'm not even going to argue this. If you believe that, it's either you're extremely delusional or vegan. Same thing. Multiple studies have found grass-fed beef eaters have higher testosterone than vegans. No surprise. Cholesterol clogs arteries. Another lie. Dietary cholesterol has 0 impact on blood cholesterol for 80% of people. And since testosterone is made from cholesterol, low cholesterol diets crush your T levels. I was reading about a groundbreaking trial in New Zealand to test a CRISPR-based cure for high cholesterol in humans. The cure works by targeting a gene in the liver that produces PCSK9, a protein that blocks the body from clearing out excess cholesterol. But this is another topic. Dairy causes estrogen dominance. Okay, this is a controversial topic, and I'm open to hearing your arguments. First off, let's talk about the importance of full-fat dairy from grass-fed cows. It contains saturated fat, calcium, vitamin K2, CLA, conjugated linoleic acid. K2 directs calcium into bones and out of soft tissues, important for cardiovascular and testicular health. CLA supports fat metabolism and supports anabolic hormone levels. Raw dairy from grass-fed cows contain IGF-1, which studies show enhances testosterone synthesis. A 2017 study found that men consuming full-fat dairy had higher testosterone than those on skim. Raw butter is especially powerful. It's loaded with CLA and vitamin K2, which a 2019 study linked to higher free testosterone. If you can't get raw, go for grass-fed ghee as the next best thing. Raw, grass-fed dairy contains progesterone and IGF-1, which support testosterone. Yes, studies suggest that dairy products contain naturally occurring estrogens, and some research indicates that consuming milk from pregnant cows can increase estrogen levels in the body. But research also shows that consuming raw dairy products from cows, even those from pregnant cows, doesn't significantly increase estrogen levels in humans. The levels are typically too low to cause a measurable impact on human estrogen levels. A study showed that adding high concentrations of E1 and E2 to cow's milk resulted in elevated plasma estrogen levels, but you don't have to worry about that because those concentrations were 1,000 times higher than naturally found in milk. The other studies either show potential benefits, no significant effect on reproductive health, or inconclusive and minimal effects. Whenever I recommend raw milk, it's to individuals that are either nutrient deficient or going through puberty due to the amount of beneficial nutrients it has. So, there you have it, the top foods that boost testosterone. If I missed something, tell me in the comments. Other lifestyle factors still remain crucial, but in this video, I wanted to focus on the foods. Make informed choices about your health, try improving what you can, and make peace with what you can't. This is the natural way. Thanks for watching.